What's up, guys? It's the Dual Factory once again with another video. Kind of start off this video, I kind of want to talk about how we're kind of in an interesting point in the format. That happens every time we're about to get a new set. There's always this 2-week period where everyone's trying to come up with something creative to play before the new set comes out and kind of changes the format. And it happens every set, doesn't matter what it is, especially sets that are about to release like Tier 0 type decks, like Zodiac was a good example. And then Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy gave us Rulers, that was interesting too. And then so on and so forth. And everyone just wants to play something fun before that happens. So that's why we're bringing you guys this deck profile today. I kind of wanted to bring you guys something creative and something spicy, and then something you're not going to see all the time. That being said, I came across Shinobird Windwitches, and I thought the interaction was really cool. One, I really like Spirits. I thought that deck was always a cool deck, especially back in the day when I was, before I even started Yugi-tubing. I used to watch a channel. He's really popular now, DZ. He was I'd like to say the pioneer of the Spirit deck, because he went to a lot of events and he topped with it, and it was just a really cool, innovative deck idea, and it was really cool at the time because Aratama and Nikitama came out at the perfect times for a format like that. But Duelist Alliance came out and simply just phased that deck out of competitive play. In Raging Tempest, we got new spirits in the form of Shinobirds, and it's the first time we've ever seen a ritual spirit ever, and it's got really powerful effect. It's just the only problem is the spirits is still too slow of a deck to be able to compete in the meta because of how fast everything is. That being said, I still think it's a cool deck idea to bring you guys. I think the Wind Witches have really good synergy with this deck, just because I think the boss monsters being Wind is really cool. So enough about that. Let's go ahead and get into the deck profile. So to start off, for the ritual monsters, we play 3 Shinobird Peacock. This is one of the new spirit monsters, along with Baroness, but we'll focus on this one right now. So when he's he can only be ritual summoned, and can't be special summoned by other ways. And then when he is ritual summoned, he can send up to 3 monsters your opponent controls back to the hand. And then once that happens, you can special summon a level 4 lower spirit, ignoring its summoning conditions. So that's really cool, because it puts extra bodies on the board, and then its effect to send monsters back to your opponent's hands non-targeting, so that's really important too, so keep that in mind. Plus, it's a big body at 3k. Also, the rituals are actually really cool. They return to your hand just like regular spirit monsters do, but they leave 2 level 4 tokens, Wind, Wing Beast, at the end of the turn, so it kind of mitigates your loss of card economy and kind of puts you up, per se, but at least it leaves you with something to work with. But I think that's really cool with the card, and it's really cool too, because their ritual spell names both ritual monsters by name, so you can play pre-prep in this deck too, so that's really cool. And we play 3 of this over the other one just because you're more likely going to resolve this effect than the other one. So there's the Baron, and then we have the Baroness. We only play 1 of her. She's also searchable, so keep that in mind. Her effect's the polar opposite. She doesn't send to the hand, she sends it back to the deck, and she does spells and trap cards. And then she special summons a spirit from the deck, ignoring the summoning condition. It's really good. In practical play, you're probably going to resolve the Baron more than you are the Baroness. But the Baroness is also better against decks like Paleo, so we also play the 1, and you can also cite a copy if you want. But for now, 1's fine. Then the other spirits, we play 3 Aratama. For those of you who play spirits, you know Aratama is a Stratos for any spirit in the deck, and it also searches the ritual one, so that's a really cool effect too. And it's level 4, and it works really well with Nikitama. And then we also play 3 Nikitama. Nikitama gives you an additional normal summon of a spirit the turn it's normal summoned. But in this deck, we use it more for ritual fodder more than anything, because then you get the additional draw. Because whenever he goes to the graveyard and you control a spirit, such as your ritual spirits, you get draw a card. And it was a lot more powerful back in the day when we had Lavalval Chain, but it's still a powerful effect, and I still think it's worth playing 3. On to the other part of the deck, we play the Wind Witches, and I think it has really good synergy with this particular build, just because it locks you in the wind monsters, but all the ritual monsters you play are all wind, and plus it's really hard to deal with 2 3k beaters at one time. So for the Wind Witches, we play 3 Ice Spell because it's the best one. You want to open it, you want to see it. It's good going first or second, so we play 3 of it. And then the other ones I feel like you just play as an engine requirement. We play 2 Glass Spell, because this is what you summon off the Ice Spell to search Snowbell. But it's also not terrible to open either, because it can set you up into an Ice Spell play. So we play 2 of that. And then 1, this is what makes your Crystal Wing indestructible that you play. But honestly, you just want to play the 1 because you exclusively just want to search it. You don't want to open it or anything like that. Then the only other normal summon we play in the deck is 3 Manju. So we're not playing the Shinobird Crane or anything like that. It's because your normal summon, you want to either be investing it into A, an Aratama, B, into this, or C, a Nikitama to get to summon an Aratama so you can generate a utility rank 4 that you need at the time. But this one's really cool because it adds all your ritual cards, and that's really good. So we play 3 of that. And then onto the hand traps, we play 3 Ash. I think it's really important to play this hand trap, this format, in any deck you play, just because it hits so much, and it's a powerful effect. So you want to open this going second, and it outs a lot of other problem cards. So there's that. And then I do play the 1-of Maxi. A lot of decks aren't playing this anymore, but I feel like because it's a 1-of and because it's such a powerful effect, that I'd rather risk having it in the main deck and being bad against decks like True Draco than end up going to like a regional event or even a local event where there's a lot of Pendulum Magician at my local and losing because I let them go off for free. So, like, I guess it's not a good example because it's not that great against Pendulum Magician, but I don't want to give my opponent a free pass just because I didn't want to play it in my deck, if that makes any sense. And that's it for the monsters on the spell. We play 3 Cosmic Cyclone. I don't like playing this card in the main deck, but I feel like it's necessary right now, especially with all the decks with spell and trap cards and stuff like that that get effects from going to the graveyard. True Draco, for example. So I feel like it's necessary. And then we play 3 of the Ritual spell. The Ritual spell is actually pretty cool because it actually names the ritual monsters. So you can actually play pre-preparation of rites in this deck, which is actually really cool. So 3 of that. Plus you kind of want to play 3 because you don't actually have a real way of recurring it in the deck. So that's one of the big problems of it. And then we also play 2 Shinobird Power Spot. This card's actually kind of cool. So it increases all spirit monsters by 500 attack and defense points. So it gives your cards boost. And then whenever a spirit returns to your hand, you can add any spirit from your deck to your hand. Or you can add any ritual spell for spirits to your hand, which is really cool too. So we play 2 of it because you don't honestly want to see multiples, but you still want to see it. 3 pre-preparation of rites. This probably is easily the best card in the deck. Search your ritual and your ritual spell, and it gets the ball rolling. So there's no reason not to play 3. 2 Pot of Desires. Only 2. 3, honestly, like, you don't want to see multiples of this card, but you still want to get the advantage. But it kind of sucks too because you don't want to banish your ritual spells either because you have limited copies on this deck. But I think it's really necessary to play 2. And then we only play 4 trap cards. 2-Dimensional Barrier. I feel like this card's still worth playing. It's terrible against True Draco, but it hits everything else across the board, so I still think it's necessary to play this card. And then kind of for the spicy part, we play 2 Urgent Ritual Art. So for those of you who don't know what this card does, when you activate it, you can only activate it if you don't control a ritual monster. And then when you do, you banish a ritual spell from the graveyard, and then this card's effect becomes that. So for example, it's a kind of a cool interaction with the ritual spirits because they're going to leave the field at the end phase anyway. So you can use this as a form of interruption to summon the Shinobird during your opponent's turn because it's going to leave 2 ritual fodder tokens anyway. That being said, I don't know how good this card's actually going to be because if you ritual summon turn 1, it kind of telegraphs that you have it, but at that point I think it's powerful enough to play it because then your opponent's forced to deal with it. So it'll need more testing, but for right now we're playing 2 copies. I think it's pretty good. And then on to the extra deck. You already know, base flawless. For the Synchros, I do play 1 Black Rose. Anything I've learned from the Windwitch engine, this card will come up. I don't know why, I don't know how, it always comes up. 1 Clearwing Fast Dragon to out problematic cards. 1 Clearwing Synchro Dragon. I think it's so important to play this, plus it's another median to go into your level 8 Synchros. Winter Bell for the combo. 1 Stardust Dragon, it's a really good level 8 Synchro. And right now, it's kind of funny how powerful its effect is. So we play that. 1 Omega, this card is King in Link format. And then 1 Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Everyone hates it when you make the indestructible Crystal Wing, so we play that. And then for the XYZs, Carrion Gorgon, you only really summon this going games 2 or 3, but you're just usually summoning it to protect Floodgates. Costello for generic removal. Diamond Direwolf for generic removal and being able to open up a link spot. Tornado Dragon because it's really good. Dweller, you basically play Dweller for True Draco, and that's about it, honestly. The Lightning cards, Utopia and Utopia the Lightning. This is usually only coming out to run over Masterpiece, if we're being completely honest. And then the rare occasion that you do link in this deck, I play the 1 Deco Talker. Now, admittedly, if we had the Wind version of Mrs. Radiant, I would definitely be playing that, because then you can do more than just Ritual Summon with the tokens that the Rituals leave. But right now, we don't have access to it. For now, the 1 Deco Talker's fine. Plus, you don't really go into extra deck monsters in the deck too much other than your Windwitch stuff. But that was my Shinobird and Windwitch deck profile, guys. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me what you guys want to see. Always remember to like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to continue. I'm going to hopefully bring you some matches with this deck. I am going to Original this weekend, so hopefully I'll get some content from that to bring to you guys, and hopefully I actually do well, so I can actually show you guys that I'm not just one-hit wonder when it comes to Regionals. But like I said, always remember to like, comment, subscribe. Later.